Alright guys, but it won't be much longer we'll be able to get it fired up. Alright, well, that was a boring 2 minutes. Okay, so we got fuel in it. Got the batteries on charge. It was pretty weak. Wouldn't even turn the electric, it barely spin it anyway, the electric fan. I got, takes care of 5 gallons of fuel, getting the battery on charge. And got the, won't rise up high enough, the back glass, you can see up there in the corner. Back glass out of it so when it moves it doesn't go everywhere. And I've got the training fluid for it. I actually got it, you can actually see in it now. Got it good and cleaned out. Let's see what we got here. Transmission's still thirsty, so that's what I'm getting ready to do now. Drop some training fluid in her. That one fired up naturally until there's fluid in it, so that's what I'm getting ready to do now. Alright, found another battery. Got it hooked up and primed the carb. So we're going to see, hopefully this battery has enough juice to kick it. See if we can wake this old dog up from its winter slumber. I hope. So the battery's probably going to have to charge for a while. It was pretty dead. See, she'll crank it. Well, guess not. Oh, got to let them charge up a little bit. At least it fired, so got to step in the right direction. So we're supposed to have all this stuff figured out before this last weekend, but I had my transmission went out of my daughter's car. My other daughter, she has a Cadillac ATS, and the rear diff on it took a crap, so I'm kind of in a pinch here, so the truck kind of got set aside. So hopefully this week we'll get it fired up and get it moved over. I need to do it during the week because we're supposed to go camping this weekend, so it's going to be a mad push trying to get it done. But I'll let that battery charge for a little while and we'll see what we get. Alright, let's give it another shot. Give her some go-go juice. See what we get. Hopefully the fuel pump's working. And hopefully it wasn't too much. Yeah, that's the kind of issue. Looks like it started for fuel. I don't know what's up with that, but make sure we we're not losing fuel. Well, not sure. Can't find no fuel leaking, but doesn't mean the fuel pump ain't weak. But let's see. Somebody's got a better idea than I do. But we replaced. What all did I replace? Yes, we got the new fuel pump on it, lines. Get gas up to the filter. So I can check it. I ain't gonna be able to do it tonight, but maybe tomorrow when I get home from work, I'll pop it off air, make sure we're getting fuel up into the carb. Maybe the floats are sticking or something, but at least it woke up. So I'll let that battery charge, and then I'll pick it back up tomorrow after work. wasn't getting the best fuel flow. At least now we know she has the power to turn them, which is what I was kind of worried about after yesterday. So takes care of that part. We are on the next day. Got off work early, shot home and started messing with it. So I pulled out, what I do with it. I had, oh here it is, one of the clear fuel filters. So we had this problem before because this carb we actually rebuilt in one of our other videos. I don't know if you can see the sediment that's in there. So we had a tank on here before, and we pulled up a bunch of old sediment, because if I ran all brand new fuel line up to it, and it sucked up a bunch of garbage into the line. And then we went through a couple carbs, didn't realize what was going on, and picked up this Otterbrock to 600 or 650, I can't remember. She might be leaking a little bit, but I had this inline filter. I had it right in here, so I just took it off, stuck a piece of fuel line on it, and it had me wondering because it was running real choppy at first. As soon as I let off the gas, it would die. But granted, this is a manual choke. I don't have a manual choke ran up to it, so I guess that could have had something to do with it. So I let it sit here and held the idle at about $2,000, a little less, and, let it warm up a little bit. And I forgot we had an exhaust leak. It's on this side somewhere. I don't know if it's the manifold or the donut gasket. But the problem we had before, of course, it definitely wasn't getting enough fuel, so the truck wouldn't run. So now it's running, or we'd redone the carb, had it running, and then parked it. Kind of ran out of money to mess with it and all that hoopla, and so that kind of took care of that for a little while. And I better make sure that tranny ain't leaking. But yeah, so I was hoping it didn't suck something into it. Took the fuel line and everything off, and it seemed like it was getting, there it is, yeah, nothing seems to be leaking, thank God. But anyway, took the filter off, put that on. I was hoping like crazy it wouldn't need rebuild again. But I can see one thing for Otterbrock, man, these carbs, rebuild kits on them. If you get them on eBay, you can pick them up cheap, and you don't even have to take them, for the most part, you don't even have to take it off the truck. You just take the top, fuel line, throttle linkage, all that, but you take the top screws out, the whole top comes off, man. You can clean everything out right there. I did got a set of new plugs for it. I gotta get them in, the wires. These wires were on the truck when we got it. The plugs weren't. Those plugs are brand new, but we've had it since we've been messing with the truck. So I got another set for it. The antifreeze is in it. Belts replaced. Hoses are replaced. Transmission lines I haven't done yet. They're on the list to be done because they got tiny little weep holes. You can see where they get damp, and you'll get a drip here and there. The problem I had with that was running you can kind of see there how they're, I guess you can kind of see it. It's kind of dark in here, but the two right here, you can see where there one's almost kinked. But so we're going to run new tranny lines. The problem I had was where to put the transmission cooler, whether it was just run new lines up to the radiator, install a cooler up there somewhere, or make a cradle back here. So I got two or three different style fans. So I was thinking about making one back here, hooking a cooler to it, putting the fan on front of it to get the airflow through it. And all the research I've done on it, you get mixed opinions from all over the internet. So a lot of them are saying to run the one line up to the cooler, or to the cooler, the radiator, and the other one back to this cooler. Let it circulate that way. So you're better off. So I don't know, but we'll see. And that's pretty much it now. Now that it's running, thank God it's running. The welding, still gotta get back. I haven't had a chance to make it to the store to get any more wire, and because I still got to get down the back side over here, the 4 mounts that hold the bed in place. think there was a couple spots up in the front I still had to do, and man, got to get this back window replaced, man. It's all they've been calling for is rain, rain, rain. Of course, this thing has no doors on it, well, besides the 2 doors, but ain't no way to keep the inside dry. But what else was there? I cleaned the inside. I got at least got it cleaned out for the most part. And another seat would be nice, but you'll have that, I guess. Steering, I'll double check my list, but I'm pretty sure we're done with all the steering wheel. The one, this thing split on me from, I don't know, it ain't that freaking old, maybe a year old or so. So I have to get that replaced, and I think the one on the other end split too. I have to get a couple of those. I know I'm forgetting stuff. That's why you always make a list. I just don't have the list out here with me. Oh, I know I need to weld in the front. The piece. I got these brackets from work to adjust the brake lines where I want them. This one just where rubber and metal come together. But you take these and it's a perfect fit for them. It's just an L-shaped bracket. You can put them wherever. Weld them solid. So I left the steel brake line actually has a bunch of slack up in there, so I can pull it out if I need to farther and bend it, kind of like how this side is. You see where we had the different lifts on it. Made this block where the rubber is for the suspension to bottom out. We just welded some in just to drop it down a little farther. Oh, we hit to add to the housing, but where we had the lift on it before, I got a couple and we put this one in, so the line was actually up there at first, and then we changed the springs and everything in it and had to put another one in, so it dropped it down some, gives us plenty of movement in the rubber hose, and there's still, even on with the steel line, I still have extra line in there. With the breather tube, you see where it's cut off. That's easy stuff. So now I think we're getting down to a little bit easier stuff. It's not so nerve-wracking, you know, like the vent tubes. I know the one in the back, it's hooked to the axle housing and partway up the frame, so it's almost complete. This one still needs hooked up and ran, so it's just getting down to little stuff now. And I think the biggest part is probably going to be getting welding done. I tried the brakes, obviously. I'm sitting here turning them, so it's definitely got brake pressure, which the whole brake system has been, well, the only thing left on the brake system that ain't been replaced is brake booster. So hopefully now we'll be able to get it moved. Still got to do the other bracket over here for the driver's side to get in and out. So that's what I'm saying, we're down to petty stuff, so it ain't going to be long now. We'll be able to get it moved. And I was wanting to have all this done already, but so we can put it on the other side of the yard, get some welding done, and hurt my daughter's feelings when we hook it up to my K5, but we just ain't had the time, man. We got to go leaving. How are we leaving? Friday. Leaving Friday to go camping, so we'll be gone all weekend. So hopefully, when we pack up to go camping Friday, since the camper will be out of the way, I'll be able to get this truck moved and put over here where the camper's at. So get it pulled out, back it in. Gotta save us some time. I gotta get all this glass from where someone shot out the back window. So I got glass laying everywhere. I gotta do something with that old K5 fuel tank. I gotta put the thing back up because I got to looking, and I don't think I'm going to be able to I can't find what appears to be a good place for a battery box up here. Everything is actually really tight. So I was thinking up here, like towards where the heater box is at, but there's just no room. I don't want to put it towards the front of the motor with, you know, everything moving around too far down. You got heat from there, and if something comes up off the tire, so I'm gonna have to bite the bullet, leave the batteries where they're at, strap them back down, and just go ahead and buy the wire for the winch. It's the way it's looking. And I got to do something. I got to make for the radiators. It's got, you can see how it's got movement. There we go. You can see how it's got movement, and I got to get something to go from here down to hold it solid. So it's just little petty stuff, but I ain't gonna hold you guys up with all the little petty stuff. I'm just glad to hear it run, man. Get another fuel filter for it, get that line tightened up, and So hopefully next time you guys see it, it will be on the other side of the yard, strapped to that K5. I'm hoping. That's the plan. Trying like hell to make it happen. But thanks for watching, and I'm trying to make it to the store today to get some welding wire. Get back on the back, get these new plugs put in, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, guys.